I need to clean the snow off over here really fast. Okay, now we're ready. Now we're ready. Yeah, we'll reset this. Oop. What else I need on here? Guess that one. Yeah, everybody's showing up for work, I know. So Nahri's like, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? So the sucky thing is, it is a very wet snow. We got exactly what they were talking about. If I turn that down, I can't hear myself think. I can't hear myself think. They said 1 to 3, or well, they didn't say. I figured we'd have like 1 to 3 inches down here in the valley. And that is indeed about what we got. So that was all me. We got, I don't know, it looks to be about an inch and a half. But it's like right at freezing, so 32 degrees right now. So everything, it's been like that all night. It never really got cold. So it is definitely a wet snow. The street has nothing on it. It's just all around. And then I had to clean the snow off because it was, as I drive, all the snow on my roof is going to slide down my windshield, and so I wouldn't be able to see anything if I already had it built up of snow. What is this cop doing? This freaking cop just sat here forever, like with no blinker on or anything. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna go straight. Then he finally decided which direction he wanted to go and put his blinker on. That was a nice looking Jeep. I'd love to have a Jeep. Fish game people. Gosh dang this. How much snow is up on my roof? Like, this is ridiculous. This has been constantly sliding down. Like, why don't you go the other way? I'm driving. Like, why aren't you falling off the back? Mostly because there's... Thank you for that. She's trying to change gears on us, kicking the gear shift. Because I have my solar panels on top or on the back, so yeah, I farted. This morning Nahri was laying in between my legs, and I've been so gassy because I've basically, you could say I'm probably getting like 2 to 3 times the fibers I used to get in my diet. That's one of my diet changes I've been trying to, to help me lose weight, is increasing my fiber. That's a UK car. Steering wheel in the right seat. No, I think that's just the way the camera looks. This is the driver's seat. Oh, it's because I'm using the front camera, so everything is opposite. That's why it looks that way. But yeah, so I've been like super gassy. Anyway, she was like laying in between my legs, and so her butt was like right where my butt is, and I let one rip, and it was like a long, like just rumble, vibrating one, and she looked at me. It was just like that TV show, or was it or video? It's like, good Lord, Janice, you just farted into my butthole. That was the look she gave me. Well, we're gonna go back out to where we were at yesterday. It'll be snowy. It might get sunny because there is break of clouds. But it could still snow too. The trail will definitely have. Well, I don't know if the trail will have snow on it either. Just because it's so warm, the ground might have melted. Where the trail is, it might have melted the snow. On the sides of the trail, we'll definitely have a couple inches of snow. But you get above like probably 6,000 feet around here, and like it's upwards of like 2 feet of snow that we got yesterday. And it's still gonna snow off and on till around midday. Gosh, there's still snow coming off my roof. Like, what the heck? But we'll hi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're gonna be front and center in the camera? Okay. You be front and center. You be front and center. Oh, you want to get my ears? Here, I'll take my hat off. Now my hair's a mess. Yeah, I'll take my hat off so I can get my ears. Oh, I have my blinker on. Something. I checked her ears, and her ears look clean, so I don't know. She must have something deep inside. More snow falling off my roof. In her ears, but she's got a vet appointment coming up, so we'll get them looked at. She's been scratching her ears a lot the last few days. Like I said, they look clean. I looked down inside of them. I thought about driving down to Bozeman today, but I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. Because it would have been really nice. I have a very expensive new running jacket down there that showed up in the mail that I got for basically free from winning the Burrito League. It's been down there for like a week and a half, but I just don't want to spend the money on gas to drive down there. I love these people that pass you in the left lane because you're going too slow. I think a lot of people think the speed limit's 10 miles an hour faster here too. Because here after this next light, it does change to that. Like it is 10 miles an hour faster. And a lot of people are just like, oh, it's like 2 blocks away. I'm going to speed up now. Not knowing that the cops like to sit right there because there's a middle school right here. Like about 2 blocks off the street. So there's a lot of kids that go through that intersection and the cops will just sit there and pull people over. Faster than they are. Need to see if I can get my oil changed. I wonder if I can do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll see if I can get an appointment for tomorrow to get my oil changed, and we can go drive down there for that and grab our fancy jacket. It would have been nice to have for this week, the way the weather is. I mean, it'll still come in handy, but it's been a long time since I've had a really nice, like heavier weight running jacket. I got one from Brooks. Oh geez, probably 8 or 9 years ago. And I loved that jacket, and it came in handy. Like I use that thing a lot. That was my main jacket, really. And other than in the winter time, I mean, like I wore that more than my puffy. And I got some weird burps going on because I'm drinking this little protein shake that isn't tasty. It's something new I haven't tried yet. But that thing lasted like 5 or 6 years before it finally started to, it started to get some tears in it, in the sleeves, that kind of stuff. And I just put like duct, because it was a blue jacket, and so I put like blue duct tape on the sleeves. And then about 2 years ago, the zipper finally broke enough that I could have taken it somewhere and probably fixed the zipper, but it wasn't worth it. I mean, that thing was so tattered by then that it wasn't worth it. So I've just been wearing extra layers on just my lightweight jacket, underneath my lightweight jackets, to be able to run in colder weathers. I hate wearing my puffy because the more you wash it, it doesn't last as long. Like the down inside of it starts breaking down, all that kind of stuff, and so it's just not as good of a jacket. So I hate wearing it because I don't want to get all sweaty and everything in it. I hate wearing it for running. I love wearing it for just regular. If they get messages. Yeah, I don't understand. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for the kiss. You silly. Talking about yesterday morning when we were driving out here, I was talking about how people will just stack up behind you because they want to go 50 down this road, even though most of it is either 25 or 35. Because it's all these people going to work out here at the military base. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 cars stacked up behind me. And I was doing, in that section, I was doing 7 miles an hour over the speed limit. Morning, Andre. Yeah, she was giving me kisses. I think she's happy. Oh, she was such a turd yesterday since we didn't get to do a proper run because the weather just got crappy. There was a window like right after I ended our stream. We made it about 2 miles away from the trailhead, like driving wise, because I was just so over it once that rain started to hit, because it was so cold, that rain was. So we just went back to the van and quit. We were done. But we started driving back. Got 2 miles out of here, and all of a sudden it just got really nice again. So I almost thought about turning around to go back, but I was over it. Like, my brain just wasn't there anymore. There, it's a holiday? Nice. I mean, technically it's a holiday weekend here, but it's not a national holiday, so nobody like gets any time off. So she didn't get to do a lot yesterday. I took her to the dog park finally at around 4:30 yesterday afternoon because she was just driving me bonkers. So I was like, fine, we're going to the dog park. You can play with a bunch of other dogs. Well, then we get there, and because the weather was so crappy, nobody was there, and I felt bad. She got to play with like one dog that finally showed up, and that was about it. So then when we got home last night, she was still just being a total butthead. So she's very excited to be able to get out here on the trail, that's for sure. Unlike yesterday when I started putting my, I started getting ready, and it wasn't until I grabbed my coat for her to finally climb out of bed. Today it was, I made the subtle move like I was getting ready to get ready, and she jumped up like, let's go! Going on an adventure! I felt really bad because that dog that finally showed up was a husky, and she usually loves being chased by other dogs, but it was a husky, so it was about twice the size of her, and then looked even bigger because it's big and fluffy hair. And then he was very vocal trying to chase her, like little play growls, which she's played with other dogs that do that and had no problem, but she did not. She just was so scared of that other dog last night and didn't really want to play. I was like, go play, you weirdo. So she spent more time just me throwing the ball for her than actually playing with other dogs. And then when I went to leave, she was obviously cold. And so I was like, well, let's go. You're cold. It's time to go. We were there for an hour. And she sat down in defiance of, no, I do not want to leave yet. And then while she's sitting there, she's just like shivering because she's so cold. And it's like, you're obviously freezing your butt off. Come on, let's go. Because it was cold last night. It was like, 32 degrees or 0 Celsius. And like, it was probably 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. So like 30 to 50k mile an hour, or 50k mile an hour, 50k kilometer an hour winds. It was just, I was freezing. So I know she was freezing. But she just didn't want to leave. She was like, it was almost like she was like, I know people will eventually show up. And it's like, if they haven't shown up by now, they're not showing up. Because usually people start showing up at the dog park around 4:30, and then by 5:30 it's like busy, and like there is nobody there. One dog, that was all we saw. Yeah, just one dog. There was a dog there when we first got there. Somebody had just the sweetest Rottweiler, but that dog just wanted to play fetch with a frisbee. She didn't want to play with Nahri. She was such a sweetie. Yeah, we're almost there. Maybe a quarter mile to go, but we gotta go slow because this road is really rough. So just step on it, you ass. I know you want to go. I don't know if I have your bell. I need to put your bell on. Yeah. Don't look at me like that. You're wearing your bell. Hopefully it's in my bag in the back. There is 0 people out here. So we're gonna do the little 4-mile loop. Oh yeah, the trail looks pretty much clear of snow. I mean, I'm guessing it'll be muddy, but it's not snowy at all, that's for sure. Lots of yeah. We're gonna do this, and then I gotta do some work. I'm trying to do my business taxes, so, and I have to have it done before I leave next week because I don't have any other time to do it. I have till the 15th to get it done, but I'm pretty much traveling after starting on the 8th, so I have like what, 6 more days to get it done? Is that right? No, what day is it? No, it's the 3rd. I have 5 more days to get it done. So we gotta get that done, huh? It's a lot of work too. Okay, it's 32, so I should be able to wear this hat. Or do I want to wear my other hat? I might wear the other hat. There's a chance that sun could pop out. Should I take my sunglasses? Probably. Ooh, that protein drink is not good. I think it has some sort of sweetener that I don't like. I have to be careful of what kind of sweeteners I can have anyways. Oh, it's a mixture. Oh gosh dang it. I'm actually not supposed to drink that. When I read the label yesterday before I got it, I saw that it had stevia. Oh, there's somebody right here. The heck? Where'd they come from? I saw that it had stevia in it, and I can have stevia. But I just read it again, and no wonder it tastes weird. Because I was like, that does not taste like stevia. It's because it has sucralose in it, too. Okay, hold on. I got to find your bell. And I got to put a different coat on. I think I might actually put overshirt on, too. Grab all this. That glove, I might actually, no, I should be okay with those gloves. I was gonna say I might put my mittens on, but I should be okay. I should be okay. But I would rather be too warm than too cold. We're gonna put an extra layer on and then wear my mid-weight coat. which it sucks since I have my long sleeve on underneath this, and everything gets all tangled up and doesn't sit right. And this. I don't know where that person that's hiking, I don't know where they came from, because there's no other vehicles out here. My hair's a mess. It's because I was wearing that hat. There's no other vehicles out here, so I don't know where they came from. They're wearing like a full-on hiking backpack, so they might have came from a different trailhead. They're just out for a big long hike. Okay, we're gonna wear our beanie with the ball on the top right here, because according to Miss Space Cadet, she's a runner on, I need to take that off, turn that on, runner on Instagram, like, you know, like a back of the packer type person. And she always says that if you have to wear a hat, you wear one with a ball on it, so that way when you're running, it pats you on top of the head to let you know you're doing a good job. Let this thing start doing its thing. There we go. And now I need my vest. Take these along just in case. Hopefully I'm okay with these gloves, because it is chilly. Like, it definitely feels colder than it is, I think. And it's probably because it's moisture, humidity. Okay, let's change cameras. Go. A little bit of snow on the trail, but not bad at all. Hopefully it's just not like sloppy, muddy. There's some sections up here that get pretty sloppy, but I think we're gonna do the lollipop, I guess you could say. I mean, technically anything we do out here would be a lollipop, I guess. I think we'll go to the left up here and we'll take the high route around the mountain. I like that route better than the lower off to the right. And plus we do better with cell signal up on that other route too. Although she wants to go the other way. Nahri, we're gonna go the other way. She's looking at me like, what? Okay, she figured it out. I was pointing, so she figured it out. She's getting better when I point a direction. I mean, she does have her days. Some days she does really well. Other days she doesn't. Trail going straight, because that's the direction the other trail was going. It's like, no, let me get to the trail junction at least, you weirdo. She got like halfway over and then looked at me like, oh, my bad. Oh. Walking in a winter wonderland. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? It's actually a bear bell that's ringing on her collar. Bear bells ring. Are you listening? Is the next line in the rain, snow is glistening? That doesn't make any sense. If it's raining, why is there snow glistening? Maybe I just don't know the words. That's very possible. Oh, gee. I'll say though, I am probably going to trip over a rock because it's hard to see. Since the trail is wet. It has a tendency to drain a lot faster. I mean, I guess I could plug it in now, but then I'm attached by a cord and feel restricted. Oh, it's a good thing I put that extra layer on because I would be freezing right now. Oh, somebody else did show up. Maybe that's where that hiker came from. They must have rolled in while we were still sitting in the van and I didn't even notice. That's probably where that hiker came from. Because they're parked way. I would have been able to see it from the road driving in, but just not from where the van's parked. Oh, they're back. Found just a little magic pocket, I guess. Curious how this whole production is going to go with Lake Sonoma. Because it's like there's pros and cons to it. Now, one of the pros is it definitely will save money in some ways, but depending on the production, it could increase costs as well. But also your risk of potential problems increases in some ways. Now, if you have somebody like me on the ground, then that will help, not help alleviate risk, but alleviate a need for somebody else to be able to troubleshoot, figure out what's going on. guess would be. And that's why I say someone like me. I can do it, you know, pretty much anything. There's a few other people that they contract as well that could do it. So I'm not the only one, I'm just saying. But I also have, like, there's things I can do that none of their other videographers can do. Well, they know how to do. Let's put it that way. They could do it. It's not like they stupid and they can't figure it, you know, maybe not figure it out, can't learn. But I already have the knowledge, I guess. I have the knowledge base. There's a ski hill is still open. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it's probably, if it is, it's probably good skiing today. Because they should have got, at least from around mid-mountain up, at least a foot of snow. Probably down at the base, they probably only got 3 or 4 inches, but at least a foot from mid-mountain up. Because their base is probably a little higher than what we're at right now. And this looks like about 1.5 inches, I would say. So since they're a little bit higher, they probably got 3 or 4 inches, I would say. If we were to get to the top of this little mountain right here is probably their base level. That's not the top, that's the false summit. But that's probably the same as their base, maybe a little bit higher. Or the base might be a little bit higher than that. Whew. All said and done though, it's actually pretty dang nice out here. I mean, I'm chilly, but it could be colder. Like, what was it, 2 days ago when we were out here? It was 15 degrees colder than it is now. Or no, I guess not 15. 8 degrees colder than it is right now. It's kind of funny, you know, watching the train. This is a long ass train coming down off of the Continental Divide, and through here, this is like one of the main through routes for trains going from, say, the middle of the US to Seattle. Like, this is one of just a couple lines that you can go that whole distance. And it's nothing but freight trains. They used to have a passenger service on the what we call the Southern Line in Montana, but now there's only a passenger, like an Amtrak, on the Northern Line, which goes by Glacier National Park. And that's why it's up there, is because people will get off the train at Glacier National Park. But it's like, so if I wanted to ride the train, I have to drive 120 miles to the north to be able to hop onto a train. Might even be further than that. Might be closer to 200 miles. Actually, it would be closer to 200. I think it's 120 from Great Falls. And we're about 84 miles from Great Falls. So what would that be, 200 and, yeah, about 205 or so. In order to get on a train. And then you contrast that to when I was in Europe, and it was like, you hardly ever saw a freight train, it seemed like. I only ever saw passenger trains. So I don't know if that's just because they have separate lines for freight or not, but here in the US, most of our lines are shared. At least if there's a passenger service, it has freight service too. Let's put it that way. We do have quite a few lines that are just nothing but freight. Oh, out here by this tree should be the downhill start for at least a little bit. And then we got to go back up again. We're basically just following the contours around this mountain now. Ooh-wee. Now, in Nahri's defense about being a butthead yesterday, I will say I got to bed I went to go to bed last night and I was so tired. Like I was falling asleep trying to watch a show. And so I turned the show off. It was like as soon as I turned the show off, then because I hadn't done anything, my legs were like getting all restless and everything. And so then I couldn't get to sleep. So I was like, if my legs are restless like that because I didn't do anything all day, she's the same way. I was going to start running, but she's off over. She's down the slope to the, well, behind us now on the right. So I'll just wait for her to catch up. I do want to get a little bit of running in. My legs yesterday did not feel good either from, oh, there she is, from the previous couple days of activities. So it was probably a good thing I took a rest day yesterday anyways. I didn't even go to the gym last night just because the weather was crappy. So can I go to the gym? Yes. But I wouldn't be able to go hit the trails, the 10-mile park after the gym, which wouldn't be fair to her. Plus, and so that's why I elected to just go to the dog park, because even if I went to the gym, yes, I could go to the dog park, but then it'd be so late, guaranteed nobody would be out there. Plus, they don't have, it would be starting to get dark and they don't have lights out in the dog park. It's just dark out there. It was a little creepy though, because she has a 5 collar on, which, you know, tells me tracks where she's at. Since I've gotten that 5 collar, this is the first time we've been to the dog park, and all of a sudden I get a message saying Nahri checked into whatever it's called, Paws, or I don't know what it's called, something Paws dog park. Like, how do you know that? It's not like she's on Facebook and she just checked in at a location. Like, what the hell? Okay, now we're gonna have a fight. She wants to go to the top of the mountain. No, she's gonna, looks like she's just gonna go. She's just going with it, I guess. That was her way of trying to tell me that, hey, can we just go to the top of the mountain? No, we can't. I mean, we could, but, and I'm not opposed to doing it. But as soon as we get up into here, because we have to go right up into that right there to get up onto the top, which is right there. And there is very, very spotty network connectivity in there. And I am not, if I'm in fitness where I can just run up that trail, because it is very runnable, then I'll do it, because I'm moving fast enough that I'm not going to like drop the stream in between connectivity. But I can't move that fast today. Ain't happening. Thinking about utilizing this. It's a nutrition app that one of my, I wouldn't say like friends, I guess, but somebody I met, like a pro runner that I met, an acquaintance. I know she uses it, and she's like I said, she's a pro athlete. Like a pro athlete uses it. You know, it might be something good for me, because whatever I'm doing right now is not working. Like tracking calories, all that kind of stuff is not working. I gotta do something else. I started, I just wanted to investigate. Oh, there's deer over there running on the side of the hill. I can't see what kind of deer. If they're whitetail or muleys. They're running though. From here they look like whitetails, but could just be because of the fact that everything is white. Because they're far enough away I can't see their ears, and I can't see their butt, which is how you can really tell. So I'm just trying to look at their color. It's typically a muley would be a little bit more of a gray color, and the whitetails are more of a brown. But because everything's white, it might show the brown color from the muleys a little bit more. And I shouldn't say brown, more of a, it's actually more of a yellow. It's a brown, like a yellow toned brown, let's put it that way, a warm brown. That's what typically a whitetail is more of, has more of that yellow tone, I guess. Versus a muley, which is more of a gray tone. But this white snow might make the brown on the muleys pop more, like I was saying. It's kind of like the grass. To me, this grass looks really yellow with the snow backdrop, but in reality, it's not yellow at all. I'm trying to figure out a way to do a really good live stream. The problem is I'm so busy, I gotta do something. So it'd be like a lot of the live stream, try and raise money for the Tough Ruck Foundation. Like, I'm gonna have to use my computer. And, so part of it could be doing some gaming stuff. Part of it could be me editing video, but some of it will also be boring stuff like me doing my taxes. And then, I'm gonna make some sort of reward for donating money, like for every maybe $20 or $25 or something, going and running a mile. And so when I do that, I need to be able to take you guys with me. Now, I can take you with me, that's not a big deal. I can use Video Ninja and have no issues there. I could use, if I use Streamlabs OBS, I can do collab, which might be the best option really. But the problem is being able to read chat and stuff while I'm out there running. That's the issue. So I gotta figure that out. I have options, but I gotta do something because I gotta raise some money. I only have like 3 weeks to raise some money. Now, some of you have been very generous, and I appreciate it. Very generous. I'm still about $900 short of my goal. Trees look really, really cool with the fresh snow on them. Especially the ponderosas. That's what this is right here. And then that back there in the center frame is I think it's a Doug fir. I'm not exactly sure though. But the ponderosas look really cool. There's ponderosas on the end of their branches have these big, or you can see them, these big pine cones. So you got all this fresh snow collected on the edge of the branches with, you know, pine cones on them. Now these have pine cones as well, but they're not as cool looking from a distance with the snow on them. Here's the valley. The old big city of Helena right there, all in one frame, which is not normal for where we're at. I use the word, that's the city of Helena right there. That's the extent of it. Now there's a lot of houses out in the valley, but city limits though is right there. And like, I don't know, maybe 30,000 people in Helena. But that 30,000 might be the metro area too, so including everybody in the valley. I actually haven't looked to see, like 2020 census, what it actually says, but not a big city. That's why I say, when I use the term big city, I'm very, very sarcastic about it. It's funny too, the guy that had the husky at the dog park last night, I was talking to him, and it was kind of a small world. Like, he knows a lot of people I know. He used to be a runner. He did track and field at MSU. Now, granted, he was, what, like 15 years after I was. But he knows a lot of the pro ultra runners in the area. Like he ran with Adam Peterman and like Zach Perrin, all these types of people. Grayson Murphy, like he said he didn't run a whole lot with her, but he definitely was in her, you know, running crowd every now and then. But then she moved to Salt Lake City, and now she's back in Bozeman. He didn't know she was back in Bozeman. I was like, yeah, her and her husband bought a house in Bozeman. There's a cool picture yesterday. I was like, that I saw on Jen Lichter's Instagram feed, and it was like a who's who of all the runners in Missoula. which you don't really see very often. Because everybody is different brand sponsors, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, so like Jen Lichter, she's an ACG athlete. Adam Peterman was there. He was a Hoka athlete. What the heck is his name? There's a North Face athlete that was there, which is what Jen Lichter used to be up until this year. But it was like, you know, 12 or so athletes there. And it's like, how did you all get together? Like, that's kind of crazy. So I was wondering if they're all like being coached by CTS coaches maybe or something. All these different athletes. Oh man, my tummy. We got to about this exact same spot last time and my tummy was having issues. What the heck? Now my tummy's having issues. And I know it's all this extra fiber that I've been eating because I'm starting to get the crampy feeling. Oh, I guess it wasn't here. We were over on the other side. Never mind. Never mind. I'm wrong. You guys are right. That was only 2 days ago. It's like, and again, I already utilized the bathroom in that way this morning, and I am normally a once a day kind of dude. I don't know what's going on. It was foreshadowing because I watched a Instagram video this morning. Some lady sitting in the car and her husband was driving and she's just having issues. Like she had to get home and they had the 2 kids in the back. And she ended up she ended up pooping her pants. Like she just couldn't make it. And the caption was like, when you poop your pants, you don't know whether to laugh or cry. And the best part about it was at the end of the video, the little girl in the back, when they finally got home, and the mom had to go inside. And the little girl was like, "That's your fault, Dad." It's like, what did he have anything to do with it? He was driving home as fast as he could. But clearly, you know, the daughter she wasn't a daddy's girl. She was a mama's girl. She was on her mom's side. It's your fault, Dad. Plane that is. I usually get a lot of planes like that here. This is a tiny ass airport. Like I can hear clearly a commercial jet above us, but that's like a turboprop. And they do the flight from Seattle is a turboprop because it's a smaller plane, but it's not a direct flight. It stops in Great Falls and then goes up. That plane is not going to Great Falls. Oh, I gotta wait. Oh, gas bubble. I can tell that's a gas bubble. Oh, that hurts. Ah, just work your way through. Come on. Oh, there we go. As it makes noise. It's like, gosh dang. I can say that I have never pooped my pants just because I have to poop so bad. Never had that problem. Now I have pooped my pants once because I thought it was a fart. And it clearly was not. Shot up my back because I was sitting in my vehicle driving cross country, and it shot up my back like I was a baby. Yeah, so nasty. Oh, ow. So I had a pain in my foot. What the heck is that about? Did I step on something wrong? I don't know what that was. It's still there a little bit, but it's almost like a growing pain in my foot. And not even my bad foot, my good foot. I need to plug the camera in. There we go. I gotta try and put my gloves back on. Oh, I'm definitely nice and warm. It is warmer on this side of the mountain than it was over on the other side. That's probably because we're in amongst the trees. I bet you it's, 4 or 5 degrees warmer. My dog's looking at me like, what's taking you so long? Just because all the trees and everything just retaining the heat. I do need to, sometime in the next couple days, I need to run over to Lowe's, or probably Lowe's, I was gonna say, or Walmart. I need to get a smaller bin to use for her dog food for when we're, stomach cramp. For when we're doing these shorter trips, because her dog food bin I have right now is when we're living full time in the van, so I needed something big enough to put a 50-pound bag of dog food in. But we're gonna be gone for 5 days down to California, and then we'll be stopping back here because I'm going to drop off a bunch of stuff, and then because I'm going to take my whole studio with me down to California, but I need to take it with me across the US, and that'll be like 5 or 6 days of traveling, and then we'll be back here again, because then I got to pick up all my equipment back up again. I mean, we have to come back here anyways, because I can refill everything again, and we'll be gone for about 2 weeks. I can easily fit that in a smaller bin, not a big bin, because she only eats about anywhere from 2 to 3 cups of food a day, depending on how much running we do. Surprisingly, yesterday she ate like 4 cups. It's like, gosh dang, why are you eating so much food? I think she was trying to catch up from the day before when we did a lot of miles. Because she really didn't eat that much the day before. Oh, this new green grass poking up. Surprised she's not trying to eat the grass. I'm actually too warm now. Over on this side of the mountain, I could deal with one less layer and my lighter gloves and a lighter hat. With like years ago, because I was not eating healthy at all. I wasn't doing a lot of running, any of that. This is before I started being super active again. Like I was in the military, but I did just enough to meet the minimum physical fitness requirements. I was not like trying to exceed anything. And I was pre-diabetic. Like my triglyceride levels and all that were not good. And that was kind of a wake-up call for me. I changed my diet. It was more the diet more than anything, but I was running a little bit. I still wasn't into like long distance running. I was running like maybe 2 miles. Definitely was not doing more than like 8 miles a week for sure. And but just changing my diet helped out a lot. And so I know I have that like here the last like couple years. I definitely have not been eating a good healthy diet. Pretty much ever since I got back from Europe, I have not been eating a very good diet, and I would not doubt that I am past it. And they have those new meters now that you can get just for regular people, where you can track a lot of that. So I'm thinking about getting that just to help as well. I mean, clearly the meter was designed for diabetics so that they could track their stuff, but so you had to have like a prescription and stuff to get them. But now they have them just for regular people. The ones that snap into your skin on your arm or whatever. My problem is I love my desserts. Way too much. I have to stay away from the bargain bin at the grocery store because they always have, day-old pastries and stuff that they sell for a lot cheaper. And that was my downfall because I can't justify paying full price for something, even though it would be, fresher is a lot better. Tastes way better, and they're not as dry, all that kind of stuff. But for me, it's like good enough. Pay 50% off or 70% off or whatever on something. It's like, it's good enough. I used to get in arguments with my ex-wife all the time when we're married about, because our favorite thing to do was to go get donuts. We would, when we traveled and everything. And we were good. We'd only get like 1 or 2 donuts. And there was a few places, like a few times where, she'd have like a bite out of the donut. And if it just wasn't that good, then she's like, nope, it's not worth the calories to eat it. It's not worth eating a bad donut for those calories. And I'm like, there's no such thing as bad donuts. To me, bad donut is like, saying that there's such a thing as a bad donut is like saying that you can have bad sex. No, all sex is good sex. It's just some is better than others. Same thing with donuts. All donuts are good donuts. Just some are better than others. You like the plain cake donuts? And good morning, Raccoon. I am a sucker. Like, my favorite donut is probably, what do they call them? Like the French donuts. So they're like super airy. Like, they're pretty much hollow on the inside. It's like a, I don't know, probably a crepe, more of a crepe dough than anything. And it has like all the special ridges or whatever on it. Those are probably my favorite. But I never buy them because for me, what you get, because they're so light and fluffy, what you get, it costs the same as like if you bought like this big ass freaking apple fritter or something, you know. So it's like the value is in getting a different donut. But those are my favorite. But if you get a good, like, I would say more of like the old-fashioned cake donuts. So they have like the, you know, they're split and they have like the crunchies, you know, where the dough like kind of split on the top, you know, when they fry it. I love that. But you can eat the glazed ones. I can't deal with the filled donuts or those that have a bunch of frosting or stuff on them. Yeah, I can eat anything. For the longest time, one of my favorite, there's a local grocery store here in Helena that sold an apple fritter, and their apple fritters were huge. Those things were probably a pound each. And I mean, an apple fritter is a dense donut anyways. But you could tell, I mean, it was super good. They used actual apples. They didn't use like apple filling, you know, type of stuff. And they had a version of their apple fritter they called the Baconator. So it was apple, little chopped up bits of actual bacon, like they would, you know, cook bacon and then chop it up and put it in the dough, as well as little bits of cheese. And that thing was so good. But also, like I said, that thing weighed like a pound and it was so heavy. It just like, it tasted good going in, but then it would hit your stomach and it would be there for 3 days because it was so freaking heavy. You can deal with that. Wow, it is so pretty right here. It's all the new growth and the snow. I mean, my guess was right. I said down at this elevation, we'd probably get 1 to 3 inches, even though all around us, they got easily 2 feet. That's about what it is. Most of this is probably about 1.5 inches, I would say. Most of the snow around here. Now it's already melted. It's like 33, 34 degrees out here. So it's been melting for a few hours now, but you have a couple friends good though. Well, there was a place down in Butte when I was stationed down there that to this day I still would say has the best donuts in the state of Montana. It's called Town Talk, And they're famous for their maple bars, I guess is what they call them, long johns down there. But it's just a maple bar. And their dough and everything that they use is like soft and airy compared to, you know, anything you're going to get at a mainstream street, like grocery store, you know, because they use, even if they bake them fresh at the grocery store, they're just using like a frozen dough is all they're doing. They're basically just taking it out of the freezer and cooking it. but they also like, but I don't know, the way it cooks, like they also weigh like twice as much, I think, because I don't know if they have their grease hot enough or what, but it makes, like, the taste of the donut is awesome. And they're light and fluffy and all that kind of stuff. But they just seem extra greasy to me. Pandora Donuts has those huge types of donuts. Eat one, then I'm done. And so much dough sugar, yeah. But there was one time somebody got a couple dozen of those donuts. We only have 12 people that work in our office down there when I was down there. And they bought like 2 dozen donuts, with 1 dozen being just those maple bars. And they knew the reason why they got 2 dozen, because they know how much I love donuts. And most people, because, you know, donuts are huge, so most people, they'll just take and, you know, cut one in half and share it with somebody versus eating a whole donut. And they made jokes at the beginning of the day that I was going to eat 7 donuts. And we got to the end of the day and I had already had 6. And I really wanted another donut. And I looked at the box and there was only 2 left. So I couldn't let them be right. So I ate the last 2 donuts. So I had 8 donuts. So I did not have 7 like they said I was going to. I had 8. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt like crap for like 3 days after that. But it's not just donuts. I love all sweets, all desserts. They go, like they have every now and then in their discount bin, they'll have like half a pie. Like this is a big normal sized pie. They'll have half a pie, you know, for like $3, you know. They're normally like $14 for a whole pie. You get half a pie for like $3. And so I'll get that. I'll eat that entire half a pie in one sitting. Like there's no reason why any person needs to eat that much pie in one sitting. But I'll do it. And that's after I eat a full dinner. I'm a lot like Joey on Friends. He'll cake almost that much. Yeah. Cake, same way. I love cake. But yeah, I'm a lot like Joey on Friends. Like the Thanksgiving episode where nobody wanted turkey except for him. And so he made Monica roast a turkey just for him. And so she made him eat the entire thing. It's like a freaking 20-pound turkey. And he like, this episode where he like left after a little bit, went next door, came back wearing these stretchy pants. And Phoebe was like, hey, those are my maternity pants. And he goes, not anymore, they're my Thanksgiving pants. And he gets done eating this ginormous turkey, talking about how stuffed he is. And then all of a sudden, Monica goes like, oh, who wants a piece of pie? And he's like, oh, wait, pie? Why don't you just cut me off a sliver? They're like, I thought you were full. He's like, there's always room for pie. And so she's like, goes to cut this tiny sliver. He's like, a little bit bigger, A little bit bigger. Come on, I'll give you a man-sized piece, woman. That's me. I'll eat this ginormous dinner, and then I'm like, oh, pie? Yeah, whole cakes, yeah, I'm the same way. I am the same way. Like there's the bakery just down the street from where I live. It's like a block away. It is one of the best bakeries in the state. Now they're famous for their breads. And it's just a tiny little mom and pop bakery. And but they make cakes and stuff too. And they have this raspberry cake that's really good. They have an Earl Grey cake that is really good. I love their Earl Grey cake. But you can go there and you can just get like a small piece of cake. And it's like, you know, like $4.50 or something like that. Or you can get a round, like an actual cake. It's like an 8-inch cake for like $12 or something like that. So it's like, well, that more economical way is just to buy the entire cake. Woo. Easy to get. Hopefully, if the weather stays like this, we will come back out tonight and do, you know, 3 or 4 miles somewhere. Let's see. Oh. I've got lots of stuff I need to get done. No, we're not going to the top. We're just gonna go back. I know, you're so mad at me. She just tried to grab my glove. Try and pull me the other direction. I'm like, no, let's go that way. Because even though the feeling has subsided, I guarantee if I was to do the extra, well, I guess it's 1.5 miles if we were to go the extra loop, probably poop my pants. 60 degrees, nice breeze. It's feels pretty nice out now. Like, it is cold. I have my gloves on and my hat on. My hat on. I have 3 layers on, but compared to a couple days ago, it's actually pretty nice out. I mean, even compared to yesterday, this is probably 5 degrees colder today than it was yesterday. But when that rain came in, that was cold, and the temperature dropped too. Like, I haven't mentioned how it felt like the temperature dropped. It did. So it was actually probably closer to 10 degrees colder yesterday. Or the same, no, it would have been the same temperature today. I mean, that's what I meant to say. By the time we left, but that rain was cold. Because there was no reason it should have been raining. The way that temperature dropped out, it should have been snowing. But it full on was raining. By the time I made it back to the van, it was just downpour. And then 10 minutes later, it was gone. It's like, this sucks. But by then, I was so drenched. And I was just wet and cold. There was no way I was going to do anything. I gotta take my hat off. It's so nice out here right now. Woo. Starting to overheat. It's a little bit of running we're doing. Now, starting before Easter weekend. You told the my last cooking, which means I'll be gaining 5-6 pounds this weekend. Yeah. Well, it was with my in-laws when I was married. We pretty much, because I mean, like there was no, like my side of the family, we didn't have big family get-togethers, and so there was no need to really, you know, get to, like, we'd be going to my mom's house or whatever, and I would be cooking and doing whatever, and it'd just be me and my wife and her, you know, pretty much. And so we always just were with the in-laws, my in-laws, her family. But for every holiday, because I don't know, they had weird dietary standards, I guess you could say. And so every holiday was, you know, a roasted turkey. So it was like full Thanksgiving feast every holiday. It didn't matter what it was, whether it was Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Easter. I guess the only holiday where we didn't have that was 4th of July. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't complain. I love Thanksgiving. I was always like, why do we only have, you know, big turkey meal on Thanksgiving? You need to. Take your weight off. Yeah. I wish I could get to that point. I need to get rid of the extra weight. Is that a big group of people coming this way? I can't tell. There's a vehicle over here, but I can't tell if that's them on the trail or if that's just a tree. But yeah, it was like, it wasn't necessarily that they were opposed to ham, but not everybody loved ham, you know, because like me growing up, you had Easter ham. Well, even Christmas was, or no, Christmas we usually had Thanksgiving. No, Christmas we would do just whatever. It changed every time. Or no, was that New Year's? Maybe that's New Year's. I don't even remember. I don't even remember my childhood very much. Like details like that, I remember a lot of stuff. We probably had turkey, I bet you, for Christmas. Usually because the day after Thanksgiving, turkeys would be so cheap that we would buy an extra one, and then that's what we would have at Christmas. Because my family was really poor growing up. Like very, very poor. Like if there's a level below poverty, that's where we were at. We were one step above homeless. In fact, I bet you there's a lot of homeless people that have more money than we did growing up. Somebody else is showing up. So I guess it would make sense if I did see people here. Because I was so confused at first. I was like, is that a big group of people right there? Nope, that was trees that I saw. I could tell from, it would have been the tops of that batch right there that I was looking at. It sits right on the trail, so I was like, a big group of people? Nope. Yeah, I didn't win a sausage. Takes a while to cook, yeah. That was like my favorite time. Like I was the one that always did most of the cooking, even with like when I married into the family, I took over so much of the cooking at like holidays and stuff. Plus, I mean, to be frank, my not legendary. I'm not talking about legendary Frank if he's watching. We had a big house, and so everybody would come over to our house versus, you know, like my in-laws, mother-in-law, father-in-law, they didn't have a very big house. There wasn't a lot of room there. And then my brother-in-law and his girlfriend would usually come over too. And so we definitely had the house for us. And so that's why, you know, I volunteered. I love cooking, so I volunteered to do it all. Usually there was only two things that I wouldn't do. My brother-in-law would always do the bread because he was really good, really good bread baker. And so he would usually do some sort of bread. Depending on the holiday, it changed on what kind of bread he would do. And then my mother-in-law would do like a holiday, like a salad, I guess you could say. Not like a green salad, but a different thing. My ex-wife always did the stuffing because she was really good at the stuffing. I mean, she was a good cook herself too. But we were never rich enough, even though we could have afforded it, me and my ex-wife, we made pretty good money together. But definitely not one of those prime rib families that had prime rib at Christmas. There's no way we could afford a $100 piece of meat. Ain't happening. Plus, I mean, with my in-laws, we wouldn't be able to eat that anyways. My brother-in-law and his girlfriend would have been all for it. But the in-law parents, I don't think they ate any red meat. Because that was kind of the thing with they didn't eat any red meat. They would only eat basically white meat. And it had to do with, especially like my ex-wife's grandparent had like cancer when she was really little, and he was able to fight through it and all that kind of stuff. And anyways, he became like heavily involved with the Cancer Association and learning all this stuff. And he was a hospital administrator his whole life. Like that's what he retired from. So he had, you know, an interest, I guess you could say, in the medical field. And he definitely wasn't one to like a hospital administrator of today's standards that are basically just CEOs of a company trying to make money. He was more about, you know, trying to run a hospital that does good. And so he, you know, all this research and stuff, and about how red meat is bad and all this kind of stuff. He never drank soda because soda is bad. Never. So it was all this stuff that, you know, he instilled on, you know, the family. There she is. We made it back. I don't know if this guy must be this person. They were running. I dropped my glove. Oh yeah, they're still there. A couple doggos. Oh, you can say hi to the doggos. I don't care. No, I don't think cancer really cares much about anything, really. And then, you know, it's like all these here lately. Red meat versus chicken, yeah. Here lately, all these new breakthroughs, you know, medical breakthroughs, curing cancer, all these different cancer cures. But they're in, so now you got all these people. Hello.
How you doing?
Not too bad.
Good.
Yeah, you see those collars? That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get one of those. Joey wagging in front of me.
I got her on GPS on these guys. They backcountry ski with me. It's like, holy shit, where are you?
Well, I have the same problem. I have a 5 collar on her, which is okay for around here, but
Right.
we go in the backcountry all the time running, and it's like she'll go to explore, which is weird for a beach anyways.
Right.
But she has no problem, and then I'm like standing there at the trail waiting for her to come back because I have no idea where she's at. There's a few times that she's like, if she does get lost, she's good about just going straight back to the vehicle.
Yeah, right.
But how do I know she ran back to the vehicle?
I know, man. We mountain bike out here and run out here all the time, and it's like, my wife would fucking kill me if I didn't bring one of these home.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
Yeah, you too. Take that side. We'll leave this one out here. But she's looking at it. She didn't like it when I said, you're gonna get it. I don't have a lot of red meat either, but it's mostly because it's so expensive. I eat a lot of turkey burger. Hey, stop! I eat a lot of turkey burger just because it's the cheapest option. Or pork. Pork is the same way. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, all these advancements. And it's like almost every day I see a new thing. Like Japan, you know, figured out a cure for this, but it's in early stages. And it's like, how would you like to be that person? And I get safety wise, you don't want to just all of a sudden have people start doing it and have something happen. But it's like, what if you had that type of cancer? And then you can't get, that could cure you, and you can't get the treatment. Can I get up here? You know, so you can't get the treatment, and how about their family? They end up dying from that cancer, and then 3 years later, it finally gets approved to be used, and it's cures cancer. I think, and like I said, I understand the risk, but you can alleviate that risk. Have a thing for the people to sign saying that they understand the risk and they won't be going up after the company or whatever, you know, if things don't turn out right. It's like, and like, I think they should allow that. Thank you for the kisses. That was very nice of you, but I don't know where your mouth has been, so I don't know if I want the kiss. Whatever. Foreign countries, America's too happy. Exactly. And then there's no reason why somebody from America, I mean, already America, you have the medical tourism, you know, you go to Mexico or whatever, so they could go to some other country. There's no reason they wouldn't be, you know, they couldn't do it. There we go. Okay, well, we're gonna go. What time is it? Oh, forgot to stop my watch. 4 miles with, whoop, nope, not resume. 4 miles with 500 feet of vert. Doesn't seem like you'd get that much vert just wandering around up and down around that mountain. But if I go straight to the top, it's only like 600 feet. So if you go to the top and you go do the full circle, you're gonna get like over 1,000 feet of vert. But yeah, we're gonna go tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do. If it's nice out, we might go somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, but we'll see. But yeah, running off next week. That's my plan. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So, bye everyone. Thanks for the conversations. Thanks for showing up. And I love you all. We'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.